Okay, so you've bought your first specialty coffee brewer and now you're hooked and you're like, what do I buy next? Well, most people will probably start with either a Hario V60 like this or a Kalita Wave. Those are probably the two most popular brewers that people start with. And my advice here is when you're picking your second brewer, pick the one that is the least similar to your current one. And by that, I mean, if you have a V60, don't go for another 60-degree conical large hold brewer like a Cafec Flower or maybe an Origami or a CT62, because while they are a bit different, the geometry and the form factor and the method percolation is the same. Probably want to go for something a bit different, like maybe an immersion method like a French press or an AeroPress, or maybe even a steep and release brewer like the Clever or the Hario Switch. Now, if you are set on percolation as your preferred method, like a pour over, maybe instead of going with a V60, you might want to try something like a flat bottom brewer like a Kalita Wave, or even a wedge brewer, which is not super popular nowadays, but this brews a very different cup of coffee. And the reason for this is that when you're starting out, you don't really know, or you haven't really settled on your preferred brewing method just yet. And trying all of these different types of brewers will get you there quicker. Like, while I do have a Kalita Wave, I have a French press, I have the 102, I still use the Hario V60 probably 90% of the time because I found that my palate likes conical brewers a bit more. Like, I like the clarity and the punchiness of it. For me, I find that flat bottom brewers can be a bit dull in flavor, a bit more full-bodied. A lot of people like that though and will prefer that, but I wouldn't have known that if I didn't try all of these various brewers. If I had just stuck to this one, or if I had just started upgrading this one with various V60 clones. But look, at the end of the day, don't let a random stranger on the internet tell you what to do. If you just want to collect V60 variations, and there are some really nice ones out there, like every time I see Coffee with Daniel F's fancy photos of these various V60 options from Taiwan, I always get tempted. Anyway, I hope that helps you choose your next brewer.